Hi, Bollywood Life is here today with Akshay Oberoi, who is awaiting the release of his film Lal Rang. The actor plays the role of a small town guy who gets into the business of illegal blood trade in this film, and the movie also stars Randeep Hooda. So here is Akshay with us.
Hi, how are you?
So tell us what's Lal Rang all about? A little bit about your character. I read that it's Rajesh and he falls in love with Poonam. She tells him that you have to
Poonam
make
is
the
here
marks,
somewhere also. I'll find her. This is a very special role for me. It's a very special character. I mean, all actors say that, but this is a role of a lifetime. I think that very early in my career, I was able to get this kind of a role with so many shades and somebody who's not me at all. You know, his body language is different, the way he sounds is different, the accent is different, the look is different. And I'm not from a small town. You know, I'm from here, from Bombay. And to get into that mind space, to get into that kind of, there is a certain behavior pattern that's different from people who come from cities and small towns. I mean, aapko bhi pata hai, mujhe bhi pata hai. So to go into that and actually experience that, it was such a joy. You know, that's what an actor lives for, to try and do something like this. Otherwise people cast you for, they would normally come to me and say, do this urban part or do this or do that. But somebody showing faith that nahi, ye kar payega, that was great. So thank you, Afzal, wherever he is.
After Pizza, you did not take up a project for a really long time. What was the reason behind that?
That's not entirely true. So Pizza released and the first offer that came was Fitur. So I did Fitur. See, no films came before Pizza because people were waiting to see what is his work like in the film. That's just the way our industry works. So it wasn't that I didn't do that by choice. I was waiting. So Pizza released and I did Fitur. Fitur led to a film called Gurgaon, produced by Jar Pictures.
Ragini Khanna one.
Yes, and I love that film. I love all my films, but that one is a very special film to me. And then that led to another film called Bomberia with Radhika Apte. That led to this. So it just had to, that word had to spread, that where people had to see the work, like it and offer films. So I was waiting,
What kind of preparation have you put in for Lal Rang?
Tons. So first of all was most importantly, my language is a Karnali kind of bhasha. तो उसमें थोड़ी पंजाबियत होती, थोड़ी हरियाणवी होती है उसमें. So and also it's a caste thing. So I'm a Dhiman and Randeep is a Malik. So he's a Jat. I'm not a Jat. So I can't sound like a... In Gurgaon I've done the actual Haryanavi accent. But in this, it's just a lehja. So I had spent a lot of time with the dialogue writer of this film because he's from Karnal and I wanted to sound like him and he wrote the dialogue. So learning that was a big process. Learning about this blood trade, I had gone when they were doing a tech recce for the film. I had gone with the crew and stayed for a week, visited blood banks, got familiar with this kind of space. And also a lot of thinking about how does this guy walk. I feel that is very important for a character. How does this guy walk? Does he walk with a gait? Is he strong? Is he confident? Is he kind of small and meek? What is he? So discovering that took me a long time, and looking at people in Karnal helped me define what that space was.
Randeep is a Haryanvi and he told me that he had taken you like a big brother. He took you under his wings. Yeah. So what all did he teach you, and were all of them good things?
So under who, who's deciding whether they're good or bad? Like, whose moral code are we listening to? Randeep, I love the guy, yaar. He is like an elder brother to me. I've learned a lot from him. He's so giving, he's so giving as a co-actor. He's never thinking about, actors sometimes tend to be insecure, and it's so refreshing to see somebody who's not. I'm so glad that early in my career I got to work with him because I'm going to steal certain things from him and the way he works and his work ethic, and I'm going to carry them forward for my whole life. He doesn't even know that. There's so many things that I watched and I learned that I will absolutely continue to do.
And tell us a little bit about the bromance, after the shoot, what kind of fun you all have.
Randeep bhai and I have a lot of fun together. Post the film particularly, because during the film we were a little serious कि चलो अच्छी film बनाते हैं, अच्छी acting करते हैं. But of late, since we've been promoting, we've been having a lot of fun together. Hanging out, late nights, that kind of thing.
And in the movie there's a lot of talk about how he's in love with this girl, and the girl is the one who is ambitious and forces him to earn more and more money. So what kind of role do you, and nowadays love in general has become very materialistic, there are a lot of even girlfriends when they seek out, they were the certain kind of lifestyle, certain standard they want in a boy. So what is your take on that, money being such an important factor in modern day love and relationships?
It's just a factor of where we are as a society. So that's not something that we can. I mean, as being an actor, I shouldn't judge anything because that's the society I'm portraying. My personal thoughts are it's important because everybody wants a luxurious, good life, and especially when you're in a small town, the aspirations are even bigger. We just want to go and do something with our life. So. I think society heads the way society heads, and you can't change that. So for me to comment and say, "नहीं यार, हम किस दिशा में जा रहे हैं," that's not my concern. My concern is I have to represent what society feels. So as an actor, so it is true. You're right. In the film, there is this whole thing of like, तुम पैसा नहीं कमाते हो, शादी कैसे करेंगे, and that's what makes me really attracted. है इसके पास पैसे हैं, इसके पास बाइक है, RX-100 है, like, oh, this is the guy to hang out with. So as the character even in the film, I'm not judging like कैसी लड़की है यार पैसे के पीछे लगी हुई है. I'm not even judging that. So as Akshay Bro, I can't judge it either.
And this theme of small town wanting to make quick bucks, pressure from peer pressure, that from girlfriend and all, has been explored in a lot of TV shows like say Gumrah on MTV Webbed or something. Okay. Yeah, Confessions of an Indian Teenager and things like that. Did you see any of the episodes or any inspiration you took from any?
No, I did not. I actually did not even know that this kind of theme was running until you just mentioned it to me. I don't watch a lot of TV. But I also now, even knowing that, I would not have gone back and looked at it because I think, it kind of kills originality when you look for inspiration from different performances or different work that people have done. I think inspiration should come from real life for your characters. So I would prefer that. I wouldn't have gone back and watched it probably.
And even Akshay, like for an actor like you who is doing slightly hatke films like Lal Rang, then comes Gurgaon and all of that. In between we had Fitur, which is also not Masi in the true sense. Yeah. And even like in your space today, there are so many young actors. Like we have someone like you, Devendra Sharma, then there's Rajkumar Rao and all. Do you ever feel the competition?
No, there needs to be more competition. There needs to be more actors. And if there's not going to be, then we're not going to improve. So if I'm watching a performance of somebody, like I really liked Vicky Kaushal's performance in Masan. So I watched that and I think, shoot, that's a really good performance. Then I also want to work harder. There's not enough actors. Even I'm saying it all over. I'm saying you take the commercial bracket or wherever you guys slot us. This Rajkumar Rao. Look, it's all about slotting. I totally get it. But we do make these brackets, which will open up. And how will they open up? When more actors come. So there is no competition is what I feel. There needs to be competition. There needs to be competition in movies also. That's how we'll make better films.
And like when you take someone like Randeep, he was also recognized as a very good actor right from the start, but commercial success came to him much later. And somewhere if we see you, even you're bang on, everyone has said Akshay acts brilliantly. Yeah. Do you see that your journey would be like somewhere like him, somewhere down the line, a lot of resemblance between?
This is the most honest question I've ever been asked because it's something that I genuinely feel. So I think my expression says it all, but basically yes, when I have watched Randeep for a long time as an actor, and I always, whenever, he made it very slowly and steadily, but he was always recognized in his work and he kept getting work, because he's a good actor. And before I'd signed this film, I always thought, if he's doing it, then I can also do it. So that was always in the back of my head. Just happened, the universe planned it a certain way, I did a film with him. And I definitely feel that. There's a lot of resemblance between how his career started, how mine started. But, here I am doing a film with him, so it's all good.
Thank you.
Thank you.